Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to ya. Happy Wednesday to ya. Happy Wednesday. Hello, how are you guys? It is a Wednesday. All right, so I sent my daughter in my room to bring something in here. Let's see if she comes in with the right basket of stuff. So, who do we have in the chat? We're going to see who's in the chat and then we're going to get started with the hair, skin, and nails of it all. All right. Oh, she brought it. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, thank you, honey. Okay. This is good. This is good. No, actually, I thought I had this stuff in here, but okay. Here we go. Jeez, Louise. Okay. All right. So today we're talking about the hair, the skin, and the nails of it all. So let me put on my little glasses here. Jeez, Louise. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So I have a question for us to get started. I like to put my little title up here so I could keep myself focused. I could go off on some tangents. So before we get started though, we're talking about what is GLP-1 weight loss doing to your skin, your hair, and your nails. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And is it affecting your skin, hair, and nails? And before we go any further, I just want to say, we're going to be sharing some products today. And I say we because I have two guests that I'm going to invite up at one point in this live stream. And this video is just for informational. I would add entertainment, educational purposes only. This is not medical advice, and this is not to go out and say and tell everybody, oh, buy this, get that. We're not saying that. We're not telling you what to buy. We're just telling you what we use and what has worked for us. And if people feel passionate about saying, oh, you go out and get this, I would get this. I'm going to tell you also talk to your doctor, right? Because they don't want to take advice from ladies off the internet, especially if you don't know it so well. So I would do that. I would do and everything, honestly, anything I learn or see on here or any on here, meaning YouTube, I talk to my dermatologist. I do have a dermatologist and I run things by her. And actually, she has steered me away from a couple things. Some things I already purchased, and she told me, you could just let that go. And I'm going to tell you exactly what those are. And I'm going to show you. I have everything sitting here. So if you saw the front of my desk in my office, you would be like, geez, Louise, this lady has a lot of products. And I'm going to tell you guys, stick around because there is an oil I use on my hair. And my hair always has a nice little shine to it. And I have an oil I use for dry skin. And I see sometimes ladies who have an oily, you can tell when people use oil or something to moisturize their skin. And when you have I'm just going to talk about black folks here, honey, because that's all I know. For sure. I almost was a cosmetologist. I'm going to tell you that story too. I could have been a cosmetologist. My daughter tells me all the time, Mom, you should have been a cosmetologist. And I tell her, oh, nah. But but I'm telling you, some of this stuff works universally. But depending on your race, your hair texture is different. My daughter even has a different hair texture than mine. So I feel like I'm a good person to give advice about what I use and what could potentially help you for the masses, right? Because I'm dealing with different types of hair texture. So that's great. So I'm going to show you my daughter's hair too. My daughter's hair, when people see it in a ponytail after we washed it, it's kind of scrunched up. But when I straighten it out, it's down to her behind. People are so amazed by that. But it is long, but that's how her hair curls up. And a lot of African American people, black folks, I like to just say black folks. A lot of the black folks, that's what happens to our hair. When you wash it, it kind of shrinks, right? And in order for us to straighten it, we get a perm. And then I know some of my other friends who have a different type of hair texture. A perm curls their hair. So our hair is kind of the opposite, right? So you might find products here that could help you as well. It depends on your hair texture and the type of hair you have. So we're going to do the hair. I'm going to tell you guys the oil I use. I'm telling you, this is the best oil going. It's not even, I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it because I think people don't know about it. I'm going to tell you some of the things I spray on my hair. And as a matter of fact, my hair is looking pretty glossy right now. I'm going to tell you, I started trying this new thing. I'm going to tell you about how it does. If you're putting heat to your hair, I don't care what race you are, what kind of texture of hair you have. You should be protecting that when you spray, stuff on it. So I'm going to show you that. And then I'm going to tell you what I use for my nails. Now, my nails right now, I have a gel manicure, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stop getting a gel manicure. This might be my last gel manicure for a while, and I'll share why. But I'm going to tell you what I use. A lot of times I don't have a gel manicure. I'm going to tell you what I use when I get a gel manicure, when I don't have a gel manicure, what I use to maintain my nails. So I'm going to show that. And then I have some guests that have some fabulous things. Some of the things may overlap, but I love options, right? That's the great thing about having options. You can pick and choose whatever you want to do or not do. So that's what we plan on doing today. So if you're here, and then, I've been getting facials. So I'm going to show you some pictures when I came right out of the salon, right? Well, I got it in the salon, my facial, and I'm going to tell you exactly, show you exactly what I looked like, when my face looked like when I came out. And I've only had two facials, but I think they've done a great job. I've had two facials, and let's see. Then the guy who does my facials is a guy, and he's known for doing facials and stuff. And he told me that I had great skin. He told me, but I should probably come 3 months in a row. Now it's expensive because I'm getting this fancy red light treatment kind of deal going on. And he told me I should get three of those, like, one each month. So my last one is next week. And then after that, I'm going to go every 3 months because I'm on a retirement budget. I can't splurge like that right now. So I said, until I see how my finances are going, I'm not going to be going and getting this fancy one. I probably could get like a little quick to do and be out of there. But I always like quality. So whatever the best thing going is in town, that's what I want. So then of course you got to spend a little bit more, but I say, hey, why not? So that's what I'm doing. That's what the agenda is. So let's get started. Let's talk about, I see more friends have come in the chat. Okay, so all right, so I see. I'm just gonna say real quick, I'm gonna go through this chat. We got, of course, Mail to the B, our fabulous mod, coming off her birthday week here. We love that. Mail to the B. We celebrated Mel's birthday on Monday, but we probably will sing to her before we leave out of here today too. We got Keisha. She said hello. We got Cookie. How are you, Cookie? We got, who else is up in here? Wait a second. Oh, we got Perfectly Pamela. How are you? We got M to the B to the P. How are you? She says, looking forward to learning about the hair and skin of it all. We love that. Okay, who else do we have up in here? We got Reset with Anissa. How are you? How are you, Anissa? We got, is it Cara? For some reason I want to call you by a name that's not yours. Is it Cara? Am I saying it right? Just say, give me a yes, a thumbs up, or a thumbs down. We got, MVP is saying hello to everybody. We got Tammy. How are you? She says, good evening and happy Wednesday. How are you? Who else do we have in here? If I scroll past your name, I'm so sorry. This thing went down so fast. I see people saying hello to Anissa. So Anissa must be in here, but I can't see where she started. Okay. All right, Anissa. Anissa, she says this is for my son's after midnight snack. His circadian rhythm is off and he just woke up. Okay, now I don't know what you were talking about. I must have scrolled past your other comment. All right, Vivi, how are you? She says hi. Hey, Dee Dee in chat. Okay. Oh, Ocean, how are you, Ocean? Oh my gosh. Elizabeth, how are you? Driving home, third day in a row, going to the gym. Yes. Isn't that a good feeling? It's so funny you bring up the gym. I was going to check out some different gyms because, my summer is over. I pay an arm and a leg. Every time I tell somebody how much this gym costs, they can't believe it. And they're like, what? So I pay an arm and a leg for this gym. And I already knew it was only going to be a summertime situation. So I'm going to be giving up this gym and I'm looking forward to it actually. Because I have some extra money because this gym is not cheap. But anyway, I went to check out another gym. So somebody told me about, and it was a lot of nice looking dudes going in that gym. I will say that. That's not good for Downsizing Diva because that's going to distract me. And they were looking at me. I was sitting in my car talking on the phone and scoping this gym out, talking to one of my friends, and she knew about this gym. And I said, no. And this guy, he was breaking his neck, look, checking me out. But I said, you know what? That's probably not the best spot for me. So it was one of my choices. It's like it's along the lines of a price, like a Planet Fitness. So it's probably within my budget, but it's too many cool folks up in there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go where the not so cool folks are because I gotta focus. I mean, geez, Louise, I'd be off task up in there. So I'm gonna go in there. I was just sitting outside. I'm gonna go in there when my daughter starts school. I'm gonna drop her off and head right to that gym and really check it out. So I'll keep you guys posted. Hey Diva, you looking prettier. Oh, thank you. Prettier. I'll take it. That means I'm moving on up. Good evening, Dee Dee. It's Vicky from Hot Vegas. Vicky, I'm having a hot flash up in here myself. Jeez Louise, it's kind of crazy. I tried to curl my hair a little different, and I'm not loving the way it turned out. You see how the curls are coming in instead of being flipped? That's why I keep doing this. But we'll see how it works out. It was cute, and then it dropped, and then it's not so cute to me. But you guys probably like it. You didn't see how it was when it was looking 10 out of 10. Oh my goodness. Okay, who do we have here? Oh, Carla, how are you? She says, you're still on your cruise. Thank you for coming in. I bet you're having a great old time. Jeez, Louise. Thank you, Mail to the B. Let the folks know I'm not trying to hurt anybody up in here. Great intentions. As always. All right, Grant, how are you? And he said hello to people. Renita, how are you? Dee Dee says, Cookie, whatever Cookie says, I'm going with it. She says, your hair looks fabulous. Thank you. It always looks good, but it's even better than that's what Keisha just said. What? Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, so maybe going in is a nice look, huh? I wasn't too sure. Remember that I always sing that I'm going in, and I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna go hard. All right, so she is Tamika. How are you? Look at her, looking fabulous. I love a good dress and a profile pic. Okay, let's see who else do we have. Oh, Ruth Ann, how are you? She says, wanting to learn all possible, exploring options. 70s. Oh, okay. We love that. Over, that's okay. That's okay. All is welcome here. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's get started. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? If I missed somebody, charge it to my head, not my heart, and the scroll of it all. Oh, my twin, how are you? Oh, my twin is up in here. Purple Bellflower. She's my weight loss twin. We just love that. Pammy Whammy, how are you? Oh, we got Angela, the beautiful Angela Anderson up in the house. How are you? Look at that profile pic. I love the sparkles and glitter of it all. All right, people are saying hello to each other. I hope I don't miss anybody. It isn't okay. Let's see. Let me see. Who else do we have in here? Tamika. I know, but I'm so easily distracted. I said, oh, I don't know how much. Question. Wow, how much was that gym? I'm gonna email you. I'm even embarrassed to tell people because you guys are going to think I have more money than I actually have. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You said wishing I was retired like you. I know. Did you start back to school? I don't know if you started back to school, Pammy Whammy. Okay. So let's see. Oh, thank you for the reminder. Welcome in everyone entering the live. Okay, please like the live. You know, not for nothing, my videos and everything have been doing great. So I appreciate people watching and listening. And we're on the way to 10K. I'm almost at 10K subscribers. And last time I looked, I was at 9.6. So how about that? Last week I was at 9. I don't know. Pamela was in here. I think Pamela had the exact number. Maybe that was a week or two ago. I was just coming into the 9s. Now if we had to round, we would round up. So how about that? In just a week, who knew? So before I get started, I just got to, give myself a shout out. How about that? So of course today, look at this thumbnail. I'm telling you, I love to make a good thumbnail. I mean, I'm so into it. If you can't tell. It's so fun for me. I'm kind of like has some artistic stuff kind of going on, but I love the hair, the skin, and the nails of it all. But yeah, so you guys, people have been watching my latest video. I appreciate that. I really told the good, the bad, and the ugly of this GLP-1. And you guys might be thinking, is there an ugly? Well, there is. I don't know anything that's all roses, but if you do, DM me because I want to know what that is. I gotta try it. Jeez Louise. Oh, we're on the road to 9K. And then some of my other pictures I have, I'm going to share in a second. I brought pictures to show what my first facial looked like. I took a picture of that. No makeup, no filters, no none of that. It's just all like Downsizing Diva. Um, Okay, all right. And then what else? Let's see. What other pictures do I have? Oh, okay, that's really it. Okay, so let me start with a question. I have to ask you guys a question, and then we're gonna get started into the hair, the nails of it all. Okay. All right. Let me find my little survey thing here. I love a good poll. Okay, so my question for you guys is, and you put one, two, or three, one, two, three, or four in the chat. That's going to help me out with trying to pinpoint. Are you guys noticing anything? Now, if you haven't noticed a thing, if everything for you is the exact same, what I would do is just put no changes, right? You haven't noticed anything. Put no, none, nothing. So hair, skin, nails, and then there is a section for all. If you notice the change in all of those things. So, what have you noticed going on with the most? Your hair? Has it been your hair, your skin, your nails, or all? I'm going to say for me, it's been my skin because I can actually see it. So you have to put one, two, three, or four for it to show up on the poll. I figured that out from the last live. From the last live. My daughter is telling me she can't access her TV, which is streaming. So she might just have to watch regular TV like folks used to do in the olden days, like a couple years ago. Jeez Louise. Okay. Oh, so we only have 3 people voting, but we got 15 comments. So are you guys putting the numbers in or writing the words? If you write the words, they don't really show up. Oh, dang, already. Jeez Louise, Pamela. Oh, Pammy Whammy. I don't like that. Thank you, Vivi. I appreciate that. And Vivi, you're doing good over there too on your channel, of course. We know the the YouTube star that you are. Okay, she is Tamika saying hi. People are saying hello. Oh, Kara, thank you. Ooh, 9.64. Okay, thank you, Mel. You're on it. Okay. Okay, so are we okay? So we gotta see. What's C? I'm sorry. What was C? Was C? Oh, C was nails. Oh, you noticed a change in your nails. Okay, we got a 2. We got the hair. We got a 2. We got a 1.3. We got a 1 and 2. Oh, geez, Louise. Oh my gosh. Geez, Louise. Oh, you said nothing. Is 0 an option or you've noticed no changes? Okay, so no changes for you. Okay, very good. Um, let's see. Did I miss something? Um, I'm trying to see if I missed a comment. Okay. Okay, we got a 1. Oh, a 1 and a 2. We got a 1, a 3. We got a 2, a 1. We got a 1, a lot of hair, huh? A lot of the hair. Harper and me, how are you? Trina, how are you? Okay, Carla says the skin. Okay, all right, very good. All right, so let's see. Now, I don't know how this poll is going to work. Well, on the poll, people actually said hair first, then skin, then nails. Okay, very good. And I'm going to tell you for me, I want to say it's the skin. And I think it's because just like this stuff I got going on under my neck. And I'm going to tell you, when I was doing some research, now you guys can help me out with the phonics of it all. I'm going to ask Google, how do you pronounce this? I don't even know how to pronounce this. I got my charger on my phone. Wait a second. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that there was a study done with GLP-1 and the hair shedding of it all. I hear Eli Lilly mentions this, and I always say Lilly because I'm using Mounjaro, so that's my go-to. And they kind of mention it. But how do you pronounce this? Is it telogen efflumin? FVM. Excessive hair shedding that can occur after your body experiences a significant stressor. Significant weight loss is one recognized trigger. This is what I found interesting because let's say you were losing weight and you were losing weight on this GLP-1 and it was kind of rapid. Not it doesn't have to be extremely rapid. And you thought, oh, my hair was doing fine. And then down the road, your hair started to shed or shed excessively. It could still be that situation where your hair is it's the weight loss is causing it, so it doesn't necessarily have to happen immediately, which kind of surprised me when I was researching that, because I always thought your hair, you get stressed out, your hair strands start shedding or falling out, and I was having a lot of shedding. And I have a picture of my hair shedding. um I'm going to show after I wash my hair, I like comb it out. And at one point, I was having a lot of hair in my brush and I take it all out. And then it was not really in my brush, it was also in my brush that I use to dry my hair. Like I straighten my hair out with the blow dryer. And it's a brush, and the brush has bristles, like it looks like a regular brush. And so that would, I take the hair out of that and I take the hair out of the brush, so I'm not having nearly as much of that, but I was having a lot of that, and that kind of made me nervous. I'm like, what is going on? So there's that. Okay. And I'm used to just having like nice thick hair. So shedding is just something I'm not going to tolerate. I do not want any hair shedding. Absolutely not. So you guys know tonight, and for the last since went on my Dee Dee's meetup, I've had extensions in my hair, like long extensions. Sometimes I've been known to wear some of the shorter extensions, but I to thicken it up. But I have long extensions tonight in my hair, and I've had long extensions for the last couple of days. So I say if your hair is thinning, that's an option, right? To get extensions or to thicken it up that way. Actually, I have a friend that's coming over tomorrow, so I could put some extensions in her hair. And she has longer hair. And that's how you kind of protect your hair. She does not have short hair. I think that's the fallacy, that's the I said fallacy, but that's the narrative that people like to portray. If you add, hair to your hair is not long. And that's not true. That's not true. Because, my hair is on the longer side, especially in the back. My hair is longer in the back. On the sides, not so much. And I think because I'm always manipulating the sides, but in the back, it's longer. And that's because I'm really not seeing the back, not bothering the back, not touching the back. So that's true for a lot of people. I noticed, especially African American ladies, a lot of times, unless they have a bob. Now, this is not everybody, so don't be in there typing. My aunt's hair is straight all around, the exact same length. But a lot of times, you might see it's shorter on the bottom and it's longer on the top. So there's that. So you might have that situation going on with hair. And one of the main things that all this stuff is happening is because we are a lot of times eating less, right? With that appetite suppression. So eating less and is going to affect everything. I always say this in my videos, and this is so true. When you're eating less, people don't realize. They think, oh, I'm just eating less and I'm losing weight and I'm doing fine and I don't need to track this and track that. And all that could be true. But if you're having some of these side effects with the hair, skin, and nails of it all, it's probably because you're eating not enough calories, right? And not just because you're eating less, but you're not getting enough nutrients. Your body needs certain nutrients. So one of the things I did was some of the products I use, they work for me. Now that might not be say true for you. You might use the exact same thing and it doesn't work. The stuff I use works for me. Now, this is an important caveat. When you are trying something, you have to stop using other things. Otherwise, you're not going to know if that one thing is helping you out with whatever the situation is. And that's what I noticed. Like people stack products, like they stack habits. If you stack so many products, how are you going to know if it's working? And so that's something that I do. If I use something, I stop. Now, I talked about this in my last video about wean. I have been seeing this. It had been getting so many reviews. I had a friend who used it. Now, let me just say, If somebody doesn't have the same, I like my hair straight. Now under, when I wash my hair naturally coils up like everybody else. Black folks with the same kind of texture hair as me. I don't have a perm anymore. So in order to get my hair straight, I've always loved straight hair. Always. I just like straight hair, but I don't have a perm to straighten my hair out. So I actually have to straighten my hair. So when I straighten my hair out, if I am using a product and I have like one of my friends the girl who I'm putting in her extensions tomorrow, wears her hair natural. She wears her hair natural. She doesn't straighten it out. So it'll be interesting. Is she coming over here tomorrow with straight hair? She's gonna have to in order for me to do that, right? So but she wears her hair natural. And we saw that, I don't know if you guys saw that movie with Chris Rock, Good Hair. We saw that movie together, and I'm telling you, you know how many years ago that was? After that, she has never had a perm ever after that. Everything is pretty much, and she'll straighten her hair out like for her birthday, special occasions. And remember, if you're not African American, it's kind of like getting a perm, right? Some of you might get a perm on special occasions and all that sort of thing. So that's kind of what we do with our hair. We straighten it out. She straightens it out for special things. And so anyway, so if I see somebody who's telling me they're using this and they don't have the same kind of style I rock or like, I don't take it. I don't really take it because I just think like, well, it's probably not gonna work for me. Now that could or not be true. I don't know. I'm just telling you how this mind works. So I mean, it just depends on how you want to wear your hair. But I say, I don't care if you're wearing a wig, extensions, most of your favorite celebrities are wearing those extensions. I'm just going to tell you, it is not their real hair. I can't even think of one now that, unless they have short hair. And even then they have short pieces in it to thicken it up. So everybody is wearing some kind of extension or in their hair. So in order though to hold the extension, you got to have good hair up under. And that's what I don't think people realize. They let the hair go up under because they figure, oh, I'm wearing a wig, or oh, I'm wearing extensions. And you still have to take care of that hair under. So that's what I'm going to say to you, because, I know some ladies who have not done that, and not for nothing, they can't even wear extensions because they have nothing for the hair to hold on to. So there's that. And it helps to have a good dermatologist on speed dial. And it also helps to have a good hairstylist. So, and it also, helps that I like hair and doing hair and can do my own hair. If my hairstylist canceled, that's okay. I got myself covered. I just don't like to do it, but I can do it, my own hair. So yeah, so if you're wearing wigs, you fit right into everybody else that's wearing wigs, And I'm telling you, the girls who don't wear wigs, especially the African American Black girls, they're wearing braids, right? They're the ones wearing braids, and they might say, "Oh, I got my natural hair because I'm wearing braids." Well, take those braids out, and then let's have a conversation. Okay. So, and I love a good braid. You guys, one of my videos before and after that I have playing out there right now, I got braids in there. I love a good lemonade braid, the kind of long ones that that you give somebody whiplash turning around and say, "Did you call me?" So that's those are the kind of braids I like, the real long braids. So it's nothing wrong with wearing, wigs, weaves. I just think you got to take care of your hair and your skin underneath. So my special guest, I see she is here, but before I bring her on, I'm just going to show you guys some of the things that I use. Now, people, it's so funny. In my videos, who would have thought at 54 people would be concerned with how I'm looking, but they are. And I get some great compliments, but most of the compliments are about my skin or my hair, like skin and hair. And so I'm going to tell you guys, I never was a big person that was into the skincare of it all. I used to use oil of Olay, Olay products. And then and then I had a good moisturizer. What was the name of it? It was a drugstore one. It wasn't fancy smancy. So I used to use that. Now, mind you, my mom, who's a beauty, she was a beauty. She was into the skincare of it all. And I remember she used to wear Lancome. Do you guys remember Lancome? That used to be a thing. She used to wear all things Lancome. And I would see my mom putting on makeup and foundation, and I couldn't stand it. I'm just like, no. And so I the fact that I could get away with it for so long, I think it's because I have good genes, right? My dad is handsome, my mom is a beauty. So that helped me out and with good genes, right? In that area. But a lot of times I think when you get older, it doesn't matter about your genes. You got to have other things kicking in to help support that skin. So one of the things I started noticing, I'm not going to share this cream I'm using. I'm gonna have to talk to Allie from Fit Flavor Fun because she was supposed to give me this neck cream. We lost connection. We never talked after we did a live together. And this was months and months and months ago. And she was supposed to be sending me this neck cream. Well, you can still see my neck is a little crepey, but it was really crepey. I'm telling you, I was looking on those videos like, can I cut my neck off? Because I saw like, and I could, you could go back and see them. I started to clip one of those videos and bring them here, but I said, nah. But so anyway, I was like, I got to do something because this crepey skin is going to drive me insane. Like I'm going to gain 10 pounds if I need to, because I just don't want an Ozempic face. I don't want a tirzepatide face. I don't want a sunken in face. I just want a face. And that's why you see that's kind of full. I called it puffy. Somebody in my video said, oh, it's not puffy. It's fluffy. Somebody commented and she said, oh, no, it's not. It's full. It's not puffy. So I want a fuller face. But I still, I like the little, thing or whatever. So this product I'm using, I don't know if it's because I haven't been tracking, weighing in. I've just been kind of balls to the wall, still appetite control, not out of control, but I haven't been diligent like I normally am. So I don't know if I picked up a couple pounds. I could have. I don't know. I haven't gotten on the scale. Sorry, scale, but I broke up with you for a little bit. And so it's either that or it's this product. But when I don't use this product, this is one of the things I added to my regimen. Now I'm going to tell you what my dermatologist said. So Bellflower in here, shout out to her, and Mail to the Bee. I said to those two who love all things skincare, and I kind of don't, but they sent me their routines. Now, when I tell you they sent me, if I had to write it out, I would have been writing for it days. I'm just joking. It was a lot of stuff. I'm like, what the heck? What are you girls using? So I ended up going with, I call this, because my name is Shay, Lachey Pose. So I use that. I took this to my dermatologist. She said, bingo. Okay, so one of them is, well, first of all, you put this on. All right, so we put that on, and I confirmed this stuff with Bellflower before I purchased it. So I do love this. This is like a cleanser. It's very basic. It's not super fancy smancy. And then I use, after the cleanser, I was using this double repair. It's like a moisturizer. I love it. Very light. And then I was also I use this one during the day because it has SPF. Now, I also bought this one with the SPF because I thought, if I go to Texas or Florida, I'm going to need more of an SPF. So this one has 30, right? That's kind of like your basic. You should at least have 30. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I went with the 50. If I'm in a hotter climate, I don't do the sun. The sun doesn't like me either, I don't think. But if I have to be out in the sun, I'll put this one on. So we got that. And then, so I took this to my dermatologist. I walked up in there, thought I was doing it well. And she was like, not so fast. And then I have vitamin C. So I have that with La Roche Posay. I have that. And then I bought this. Now, when I went to my doctor, she said, this is okay. This is pretty good. But I told her I wanted the big baby, and that is this tretinoin. So I use this. Now I'm telling you, I think that this has helped me. I really think this has helped me. Now, if I don't put that other skin stuff, now that other skin, I'm not going to share because I don't know if it's actually really working, but I really think it has. So I'm going to do a big reveal one of these days. And when I ordered that, I said, first of all, I researched and said, what's the best cream for the neck? Okay, I'm coming, guest. I'm coming. So I said, what's the best cream for the neck? And I got a bunch of different things. So I went and researched and I saw it and I thought, is this cheap? I'm on it. So when I went to order it, let's say I'm going to show you what it looks like. What does it look like? When I went to order the cream, It was a small little, do I have something to represent how small this thing was? I don't even have anything in here to show, but it was a small little thing. I was like, do I have my dental floss in here? My little small dental floss. It was so small. I said, no wonder it's so cheap. So when I got the bigger one, it was not cheap. So that's another thing. I don't want to show something that's not, it's reasonably priced, but that's I just don't want to show it just yet. But I do use that too, and I think that that has been helpful. But again, like I said, when you stack products, you kind of have to stop using something to try something else. So I've stopped putting this on there. She told me to put this on my neck and it would help my neck. So I stopped putting that on my neck and start exclusively using that neck cream. And I do think I've noticed a difference. So I'm excited about that. So when I'm ready to share that, I will. One of the things is, and people who met me at the DD's meetup, like on here, I don't know if you can see, but I do have like some dark spots, and really they're kind of faded now with those facials, but the dark spots are like, I don't know if they're moles or sun things going on, and I think you can laser them off. But my doctor was, when I was complaining about my skin, she was just kind of looking at me like, she's a African American lady, because I also think I should go to somebody who kind of has skin like mine and knows my skin. And so she said, well, what don't you like about your skin? Like, she almost said it like, girl, you're complaining. And I said, well, I don't like that it's, the spots, the dark spots or whatever. She said we could laser them, but that it might leave like little, patches, on my skin. And I think she said the best time to, if we were going to laser it, probably would be in the winter when you're not also exposed to the sun. So, but anyway, she gave me this. And when I researched this, you could do your own research, but it's like a gold standard for discolored skin. So I've been using this. And I don't even know how to pronounce it. I don't know if you could see it. But you have to have a prescription to get it. And so she was like, just put a little pea size, kind of like the tretinoin. She said, put a little pea size. And this is for any kind of skin, not just black skin. Now, whatever race you are, you better get you some with the dermatologist. Because it goes on so smooth. And when I say you need a little bit, I've been using this and I'm not even done. I have two. They ship two. I bought two more, but two at one time. So I have another one. I haven't even used that because this goes a long way. So I love that. So that's what I use for the skin of it all. So let me just say before I get my guest up here, that's the skin stuff. And then what I use. Oh, so she told me to get rid of this and use that tretinoin. She said if something happened and I couldn't get this tretinoin, am I pronouncing it right? Then she told me this was okay. So I got this. So I'm going to give this to somebody, one of my friends who is going to take skincare seriously. I'll give that to her. Then I'm going to tell you for the hair of it all, because my guest is going to talk about the hair of it all. I'm going to tell you for my hair, I have a love relationship with my hair. I just love a good hairstyle. And over the years, I've had all kind of hairstyles, but and when I get stuck on the style, I'm stuck on it. I wear it for a long time. So I'm going to show you guys. Here's a picture of my hair over the years. So, I had the bangs coming down for, always had length. I told you, I always had length. Another one where I started to let the side of my hair grow out, but I always had length, so it's even longer in the back. But you notice the thickness of it all. Here's one where I was curling my hair on the side, giving some little side curls. And then I had the salt and pepper. When I went to prom, I had that salt and pepper hair hairstyle where one side was shaved, and then on this picture I was kind of letting it grow in. But I had it hair in the back, and my dad was livid when I got this hairstyle. He did not like it. And then here is my hair here recently when I first started noticing the shedding. That's like a example of how much hair would come out. And so I was just like, absolutely not. That's not going to work for me. So that's what made me start to get on it. So I'm going to tell you one of the things that you could have happen. Now, remember, shedding is not, I was going through menopause. That's another thing. I don't think people really realize I was actually going through menopause as I'm starting to take the GLP-1. So I didn't really realize that until I did that reflection video, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And maybe it was another one where I was talking to just talking about my experience. So I had all those things going on. So who knows what exactly it is, because I have been eating and keeping track of my calories and all of that. But one of the things I use for my hair, and I'm going to tell you at first, let me show you all the oil. Now, this is just the stuff I didn't throw out yet, but I had a whole shelf just oils. When I see a good oil or it sounds like a good oil, I order it. So I'm going to show you all these oils. Now, don't buy these because I'm telling you, they might work for you, but they didn't work for me. So somebody told me to get this emu oil. No. Now, if you're this company, I'm not saying you have bad oil. I'm just saying it didn't work for Downsizing Diva. Okay. Now, my girl Lala, remember she came out with yeah, that's right. Carlo and what's his name? What's his name? Carmelo Anthony. Yeah. So she has a skincare hair care line come out. Now her pillow, the silk pillow is nice, but Lala, sorry, this did not work for me. So I still got that. So gosh, geez, I got that. Then I have everybody, rosemary oil probably works if your hair is ready for it. Just did not work for me. I didn't notice a big difference with that. So there's that. And then I have what other oil? I just knew it was gonna work. Baskin Lather. I know you guys have heard of that company. Some of you guys have heard that didn't work for me. But then I thought Dr. Sabi, the Dr. Sabi of it all, could he help my hair? So I ordered this. Now I got this in the oil. I got it in the the little, what do you call that? It's not a cream, but I'm in the jar. Girl, that did not work for me. Guy, I see my guy Round Mound is up in here. That didn't work for me, Round Mound either. So I said, geez, Louise, guess what works for me? Now, this doesn't work as far as hair growth, but I mean for keeping your hair moisturized, because I think people think like moisturize, it's putting oil on it, it's going to moisturize it. That does not. Really, what moisturizes your hair is water, right? That kind of water where you have nutrients kind of in there that's helping your hair. So a lot of people think like putting the oil on there, but when you have dry hair, that's all, if you can't put water on it, which most of our styles don't allow for water, right? Especially like me who wants straight hair, I had to find an oil that is not going to make my hair oily. So I use this. When I tell you this baby works, you guys have never seen me on here. Now, you might see me on here where you think like, oh, her hair might be out of place here or there, but you're never going to see oily hair because I use this and it does not make your hair oily at all. It's just, geez, Louise. It's just very good. So you might want to try some of that. I put the description to this in the video. That is good. Now, when I'm straightening my hair out, if you don't use these products, you are sleeping on Miss Ken. Is it Kenra? So she has a great line of products. This is called a silkening mist. It makes your hair. You see how my hair looks all shiny like that? This is what does it. Now I have extensions, but the top part is my hair. So, and that's the main part you're looking at. So there it is. And then I went in, I always use this when I'm straightening my hair. As a heat protector. And so I went into Ulta Beauty to get some. I ran out of this, right? And the lady was like, we no longer carry it. And I said, well, what you say? You got to be kidding me. So she said, no, we no longer carry it. And she said, but you should try this. Now, I had a gift card from one of my students, so I tried it. If it was my money, I wouldn't have probably did it. But she told me everybody raves about this. Now, who do you think I'm talking about? Got me so crazy in love. Put a ring on it. Beyonce. So, and I'm telling you, this is good. Like, I'm telling you, it has worked for me. This is Thermal Shield Mist. So anybody can use this when you're trying to protect your hair. It is good to protect your hair. So if you want to straighten your hair out, or you're straightening, maybe your daughter, you're not straightening your hair, you're straightening somebody's hair, I give it a thumbs up. So that works for me. And then one more thing I want to say about the nails. We didn't get to the nails of it all. And it's not a whole lot to say about the nails. I'm going to be honest. But one of the things I'm telling you guys I'm doing is I'm giving up getting those gel manicures. They just banned, it was a whole lot of controversy going on with the light, with the gel manicure. Well, in Europe, I want to say the UK, they just banned the ingredient that you use to, make it gel under the light. And so, they're the first. It's like Europe is always banning stuff, aren't they? The dyes, the this, the that. And we're so slow in the US and banning anything. It's like, we're like, this wild, wild west out here. Literally. So we haven't banned it yet, but it doesn't mean that you probably should be careful with using it. So I'm just going to give my nails a break. Hopefully I could go a long time. But what I use in the meantime to keep my nails on point is, I love a good OPI. This is the base coat. I put this on first. So I did my own toes here not too long ago. Now, this is what I do. And I think I told this to Mel. When I go to the nail shop, whatever I like, and I am loyal to people, to colors, to whatever I like. When I go to the nail shop, this is a trick, and maybe somebody else is hip to it, but I take the color that whatever they buy there, I order it. Like, so I found the color I like, I order the color, and I take it, and if I go to the shop, I have it in my car. So if they run out of it and don't have it, I have it. Or if I nick my nail or nick my toe at home, I can polish it with the exact same color. So that just kind of works for me. And to keep my cuticles from not looking terrible, I just use a good cuticle oil on my nails, or I keep like lotion on my hands so my nails aren't like brittle. Like, I have a thing, like if I saw my dream guy and his nails weren't good, we're not good. I love a good nail. I just love a well-kept man and a well-kept me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I think that's it. All right. So one last thing, my special guest. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is kind of new to my collection. Before, the foundation and stuff I use is what's it called? I'm going to go get that when my special guest is talking, but I don't really care for makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like that foundation that's kind of, heavy. So one of the things I was using is and I brought this. It's called Cove Balm. I know you guys have heard it. It's been all over TikTok. Now, I'm going to tell you, they have one that's a knockoff, and it worked better for me. I'm telling you, the original one broke my skin out. Like, I put it on, and literally maybe 5 minutes later, I had little bumps on my skin. This knockoff one, I don't know what they're doing when they're knocking it off, but it worked better for me. So I have one in the regular one, this is the name brand. Cove Balm. They have commercials. The only thing about their commercials is their AI, and their AI they're still talking about Christmas, and Christmas was last year, or they're still talking about like the big Thanksgiving sale, and we know Thanksgiving hasn't even come. So now they can keep it up, right? Because it's about to be Thanksgiving. But they were running these commercials in February, March, and I said, whoever is running that company, whatever. And another thing I'm going to tell you, if you think about ordering this, is I ordered it. I paid expedited shipping, which was $10. Do you know they sent me an email saying they were running behind and that I wouldn't get the product. And if I didn't get the product, my guest is laughing. If I did get the product, they would refund me my money if I didn't get it within 14 days. And I'm thinking, lady, 14 days? I ordered this to get it in 2 days. So I just been so busy. I haven't had to, do you know it came probably a month later? I mean, a month, I couldn't believe it. And I just kept it because I had the knockoff. And I really wasn't thinking too much about it. So if you see my skin looking glistening, I do use this. I'm using this one. I have two. I got them in 2 different colors because I wasn't sure which one. So if you see my skin looking lighter, sometimes and darker in the others, it's either lighting or this is, this little, it's not like a foundation. It's like real light. It's like a tint, and it does kind of cover up some dark spots. So that's what I use for that. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got a new computer. How mounted Zepbound? Is it going in and out? Geez, Louise. I'm feeling fancy. Okay. So that's what the Downsizing Diva is using. I'm going to tell you, my dermatologist said a lot of this stuff we're buying and spending money on is not is like not like MC Hammer said, too legit to quit. She says quit it. One more thing, my special guest, because I know you're going to talk about this and you're with your, she's going to share what she's using. I'm going to tell you the hair, the skin, the nails of it all. So for the another thing for the hair. Now I told you guys I use Nutrafol. That's the I might have to give up Nutrafol because it's not in my retirement budget. But I use Nutrafol. It's pretty expensive, but and you might see things coming out about Nutrafol. It's this, is that. Nutrafol has worked for me. I think that's another thing that has worked for me, and it took 3 to 6 months. And I should say it's another content creator that has great hair that told me she uses it. So I probably should get her permission before I say. But when I talked about it, she texted me and said, Downsizing Diva, that stuff is good. Because I said, well, at the time, this was a while back, when I said I was using it, I said, is it going to expire? And I'm going to have to throw some out. And she said, that stuff is so expensive. You better use that. So anyway, so this is an expensive product. If you want to use something, again, you got 3 to 6 months. Most of this stuff you need to be patient. Now that's here's a midway thing. If you want to try these wings, I'll try it and let me know. I use 1 bottle. It didn't take my hair out, but I can't attribute it doing anything because I was stacking products. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to try that again when I let something else go. And then I'm telling you, this works. Now, my guest is going to share something that works for her. And I did a comparison of the two before, we're going to talk about it. And so you could go with the one she tells you, you could go with the one I tell you, and we'll talk about it when she comes up. So with that, without further ado, here is my girl. Now, give me a nod. Am I saying your name right? Cara? Yes. Okay. All right, here we go.
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm good. Your hair looks nice and curly.
Thank you. Yes. So I used to be a straight natural like you are.
Okay.
Until I started having my own personal summers with hot flashes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why am I doing all this? And one day I had left the house and my hair was looking glorious when I left. Before I got to where I was going, I looked in the mirror and it was wet and curly at the root. And it was longer. So it was wet here where it was touching my neck. And it was straight in between all of that. And I was like, Lord, what am I going to do? And in my heart, he said, your hair is curly. People pay for curls. And I said, oh, yeah. So I started wearing my hair curly from that day. That was not that long ago.
And I have to tell my daughter that too, because she wants her hair straight. I said, honey, people pay.
We can do both.
Like yours.
We can do both. And I have different products that I use when I'm doing both. And like, I don't know if y'all saw me like last week or the week before, I was straight because I do different treatments on my hair to keep it healthy and strong. And you have to seal it with heat. So when I do that, it's straight for several days. And then I'm right back to my curls as soon as I start sweating too much. So yeah, that's like a whole nother show because another YouTube live.
No, so do you do anything to take care of your hormones like this,
No, I'm looking into HRT because I had been concerned like a lot of people before because I listened to what a lot of people were saying when they were misinformed that it was not healthy, it wasn't safe. Remember when they used to say it causes cancer, it's gonna, cause all these issues. Well, that's not been true for a while. It's been clear that it wasn't true for a while. But I still need to keep talking with my gynecologist. I just want to make sure I get all my everything straight. We got to do some blood work. We got to do a lot of good work.
Yeah, because see, that's the thing. I think too that also, like I'm sure going through menopause during this time was also a contributor. But I feel like once you get your hormones regulated for your body, because what the level you need and I need can be totally different. Right. I think that is just a bonus. It helps, right? And I think sometimes you can do all the right things, and if you don't have those hormones optimized, you can forget it. So
yes,
so that's
and everything that we need. Oh, I'm sorry. Say that again.
That's probably the next step on your journey is doing that.
Yes, absolutely. So I had a lot of things that were out of whack when I started taking the GLP-1. So it helped me initially with inflammation. And that was the thing that was screaming for me because I was in so much pain. I'm diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis. So it's an inflammatory arthritis and it's like head to toe. It flares and who knows like when it's going to happen. Not so much anymore though, because of Zepbound and now because of Taltz, which is a medication that I take as well. Okay. They work together. They're both made by Eli Lilly, and I get a special savings card because of using both of them. Oh, wow. I've shared that I think before, but I'm trying to stay on track because there's so much. We're talking about things that are interwoven together.
Yeah.
Because I think you touched on this. If we rewind the whole conversation, I would start with it all starts on the inside. Mm-hmm. It all starts on the inside. And the reasons for all these things that are happening are not things that we can address from the outside in to get the full effect. You might get some effect, but to get the full effect, we have to work inside out and outside in at the same time.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that can be complicated because like you were talking about all the different things you've tried. Some of those things, I'll bet other people told you, this worked. Mm-hmm. It just didn't work for you. And we know on a GLP-1 that's a lesson that we carry throughout all of our messaging. Everything is not going to work the same way for everybody. Even the same medication, even within families. We know a friend, Ann, who talked about her twins don't even have the same experience on these medications because God made us uniquely. And that's a great thing. But we have to become students of our own bodies to figure it out. And it doesn't have to feel like a bad thing. I'm trying to think of it like a great treasure hunt.
Okay.
There are treasures that the Lord has given only to me, only to you, but we're the only people who can find them. So we just have to embrace the journey because it can be challenging. And I heard you say something. I was trying to keep track of all the things you were saying. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to say something about that. So one of the things I remember you saying was making the point that it's strange how you can start the medication or other medications too. And then it's like, months and months later is when you see an effect. The reason for that is because our bodies are working in real time. So when we start taking a medication, it starts to affect us, but the fruit of that effect, we don't see until months later because of the way that systems work. We see it when with little kids. I remember you were a teacher. And I'm still celebrating that you did so well to plan well and get it done the way you wanted to do it so you could retire when you wanted to. It's so wonderful to see.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. But I know that you remember seeing, if not doing this with children, remember how we used to all go through that season where we planted something and we put it in like a milk carton? It didn't sprout up the same day.
Absolutely.
It took days, and depending on what you're planting, it can take weeks or months. The same thing with these bodies. When we're taking things, it's like planting something. So our body is reacting to it from day one. That's why some of us, like me, I noticed a difference in my body, in my pain and in my satiety and food noise within less than 24 hours taking Zepbound. So the same is true with other things that it's doing in our body. But not until we stop eating as much and stop, like at the beginning, I don't know that most people really have it down pat, get enough of all the things that we need, especially protein. And protein is key because our hair is made of protein.
Yes.
So the body, God made our bodies so amazingly.
But let me say that. Let me say the protein thing with hair.
Okay.
I had, I love a straight hair, right? And at one point when I was first started coming out of my perm, you have to train your hair without that perm. And so I trained my hair. I was in the process of training it. Well, in the summertime, it would be so frizzy.
Yes.
So my hairdresser, who has this is a different hairdresser, but she has beautiful hair. And she's like, she said you could try a keratin treatment. Mm-hmm. Well, it was too much protein for my hair. It broke my hair off. Like, I think that's also where my hair, before the GLP-1, this is where my hair started to take a turn. So I'll be careful with that, because when people say, your hair works with protein, it's just like in this GLP-1 world too. I think you can get too much. And so that was too much protein for my hair.
I'm so glad you said that because I'm a keratin specialist. Like that's my specialty in the salon. Everybody comes to me for keratin. But I'm gonna tell you, keratin.
Wait, like you work in a salon right now?
Yes, I used to own a salon, but then when the Lord was like, okay, do all the things, I knew I can't do them all on the same day. I can do them, but not all at the same time. So I had to kind of move some things around. So I started booth renting so that I don't have so much to deal with the salon. So now I only work in the salon 2 or 3 days a week. And the other days I'm an oil painter, I'm a singer-songwriter, recording music, all of that. So I do different things on different days. But yeah, I do all those things. So when I hear people have a story like yours, it makes me sad. I want to hug you. I want to tell you, like, I'm not speaking ugly about that person, but I suspect that it was user error because keratin is what your hair is made of. It's the heat that hurt your hair. So she didn't do it at the right heat is what I suggest to you or submit to you. I'm sorry that happened. And I'm sure she was doing her best, but there needs to be more training. I used to work for one of the companies, so I got a whole lot of training I've been doing it for 20 years. So 19. So it's important. But this is a great connection with GLP-1s.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Because we all heard bad things about GLP-1s. We had to. That's what's out there, especially when they started talking about them more. It was all about Ozempic face. And it was all about like, oh, people are losing too much weight and they're losing muscle. All of that is literally true, but it's not the whole truth.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't know until I got into this family, this GLP-1 YouTube family, that it's healing so many different, like various types of illnesses and diseases. It's helping us so much. And I didn't hear those stories out there. So it's the same with things like that was a bad experience, and I'm so sorry that happened. But I have hundreds that I could show you that's the opposite. Because when you get the right one for your hair, just like you're talking about with skincare and all that, if you get the right heat and the right person doing it, it just makes it flourish. Because it just adds health. So we'll talk about that another day. If you ever want to talk about that, I'll talk about keratin all day. But we were saying what made me get on keratin, Lord help me.
Well, I will say it did
protein
take the frizzies out.
It takes the frizz away. Yes.
But I noticed it was a lot more shedding. So too, like
that was heat.
Okay.
Heat does that. Think about people who've put too much heat on their hair. The same thing happened to them. That was the heat. And you do have to seal it with heat. But sometimes a person's texture, not sometimes, always, the person's texture is what speaks to which level you need to use and what product you need to use. There are so many formulas in every company's, collection of keratin treatments. There are so many. For my clients, I have 5 that I choose from. So for you, I wouldn't do the same one as for many of the other people. I do consultations like crazy before we even put anything on the hair, because you have to know the person's hair to know what it can handle. And that heat is a killer. That's just the truth. It'll burn anybody's hair out. Yeah. Especially because you're having to go over and over and over to seal it. So it just wasn't the right one for you. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Okay. All right.
We'll talk more about that. But protein, that's what I was really wanting to get to. So we eat protein, and we know that we need to eat more because of what we're trying to do. We're trying to hold on to what we have, and we're trying to build more.
Right.
So if we're not getting enough, God made our bodies so beautifully that they prioritize. That is so genius.
Yes.
It doesn't just say, oh, well, she didn't get enough, so we're going to just burn up all of this that she has. No, it says, okay, from where can we take some protein that we needed the least? Or where can we take nutrients, period, from where we needed the least? And it's hair, skin. But because that's what we see and what the culture around us and many cultures look the most at, we notice it and we freak out and was like, oh no, what's going on? But what if it happened the other way? What if like your vital organs started to suffer first? That would be awful. We wouldn't have a chance to correct it. So that's the way I see it. So when we kind of shift our sight to why we start to have these kind of reactions happening, it's a gift, it's a blessing. It's another way the Lord's keeping us alive, because he's saying, hello, hello, hello. The body is saying, help me. I'm going down. Man down.
Man down.
Yeah. So it's okay. We can try not to have that happen, but it's really hard when you're getting started on a new lifestyle. So most of us are going to experience it. But the reason why it happens late is because there are these cycles that happen in every part of our body, including the hair growth cycle. So telogen, effluvium is when the hair is released naturally. We usually don't really notice it because as fast as it's releasing, it's bringing some new hair in. Yeah. So it's amazing that we don't experience these issues just because of stress. And some people do. I have some clients who we can tell when stress is happening. And it's like, okay, what's going on? Let's talk about it and let's pray, because we got to lay this down because it's affecting you in ways that you didn't even realize, because I can see it. And so I think we just have to pay attention to ourselves and know, again, being a student of our own body, everything keeps coming back to that. Because if we're paying attention, we can catch it before it's way out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And it all goes back to nutrition, getting that protein. Now I'm going to tell you, you had these vitamins. So do you have them with you? The ones
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Sorry.
Let me see.
So they are called GLP-1.
Take a picture of it.
Okay. Thank you. They're VitaFusion.
Yeah, and I was looking and I was thinking, okay, and it says GLP-1 on there, and I was thinking, like, so what makes this great for the GLP-1? And
they put more, just a little more of all the different nutrients that we need more of, or that we're more in danger of needing while we're taking a GLP-1 medication, because we're not eating as much. Because even if we're getting our macros right, it's a big shift. Just because some of us don't feel as hungry or don't feel like we're not satisfied, your body knows, oh, we're eating less. So it can start to freak out a little bit. It's a stressor. Even if we're feeling okay, it's a stressor. Now add to that, if the scale is not moving as fast as you want, or you're not, something's not clicking quite right, we start freaking out. And stress makes cortisol go up. And it just starts to throw everything off. And then we're not sleeping the same. And we're not everything is related. Everything is connected. So if I can try to get in as much of what I need, not too much, because I based all of the things that I chose off of what my doctors agreed that was correct for me. I read a whole lot, and then I shared what I was thinking about doing with them before I did it, because medication is one thing, like prescriptions. But even our supplements, we need to submit to the counsel of our doctors. Yes, that's it. VitaFusion. Thank you. VitaFusion GLP-1 support. But yes, vitamin and mineral blend.
So they said the difference between the two. So they said this is marketed as GLP-1 because, now mind you, it's kind of like the same line as this.
Yes, I used to use that one.
Yeah, and the difference is this one has fiber, which is helpful for GLP-1, right. And it also has vitamin D, and then it has a vitamin B. Let me see what vitamin. It had that vitamin B, because I was thinking, okay, if you were trying to decide, so it has vitamin D3 and vitamin B12. So that's so if you were somebody who's thinking like, okay, I want something to possibly help my, just my overall nutrition, focused in, I'm looking for this as if it's right here. So yeah, and it says helps fill in the gaps from reducing calories. So that's something you can go with, these gummies.
Yeah, and that's with the fiber.
Yeah, and this one doesn't have fiber. So this one really is focused on hair, skin, and nails. And so the hair, of course, is the 2,500 biotin. But interestingly enough, they say we naturally have biotin, and unless you have a deficiency in that biotin, I don't care how much extra you add on to it, it's not going to help your hair. And you have to have a deficiency in order for it to actually help your hair. But other than that, this one has vitamin C and vitamin E, which is for skin. Like
Yes.
are more helpful with skin. So that's why it's called, hair, skin, and nails. So,
Right.
I mean, it just depends on where you want your focus. I would say if you're somebody who doesn't know your biotin levels, I would find those out if
That's
you're
what I was going to say
an
too.
issue with your hair, because then taking something like this with the extra would be helpful. But if you don't and you're just fine and you're maybe not eating as much as because I think eating enough and eating healthy is two different things. People think, oh, I'm eating healthy. That doesn't mean you're eating enough, though.
Right.
And that's the difference.
That's right. And people have to be careful with biotin because sometimes it can give like a false positive and negative for different kinds of tests for their blood tests. So everything, submit it to your doctor first, because they'll know about that and they'll say, don't do that, because I don't know who that's for. That, we just got to stick with our doctors. So if we're just talking about hair or focusing on hair, my number one, or I have two that are kind of a tie right now, supplements that I gotta have them are my collagen. And I like the specific one that I use. I've used a few and I did some research and I found one that has all the different things that I read that we really need.
Now, are these links, do you get some kind of commission or something off?
They're on my Amazon lists.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I link them in all my videos just because I share everything that I'm using in case somebody wants to try any of it. So yeah, there will be some kind of commission. I don't know how much it is, but yeah.
Okay, so I think if you're gonna buy this, you should support her. That's why I was asking.
Thank you. Thank you.
I put it in the chat, this collagen one. Let me see. Let me put this link in the chat.
So we all know about collagen, but there are different specificities of the types of collagen and how it breaks down in our body. So that's why I chose that one. And the second one is saw palmetto. I knew nothing about it until I had been, so I'm in month 5 of Zepbound. I meant to say that at the beginning. I just started talking. And around month 3, which is typical for most people. And if you remember, with COVID, a lot of people started having hair loss around 3 months after they had COVID. So this is all just kind of co-signing what I'm telling you about how our bodies have to work through things, and then you see the effect later. It's usually like a 3-month period. Even with pregnancy, people are pregnant, they have the baby, and then 3 months later, they usually have a lot of hair fall if they're going to have it. So anyway, saw palmetto, I learned about just a few months ago, because I was like, okay, I'm starting to have a little shedding. Let me get on top of this because I think I'm doing everything, but let me just make sure I'm doing everything I can. And I found that was the one thing that I had not tried that I found people talking about throughout research that I was looking at. And I started taking it and said, let me just see what happens. Well, I mean, it was like just a couple of weeks in for me, it stopped completely. So I love it. I'm always going to take it as long as I can, and my doctor was fine with it. So,
and it's for hair specifically.
It is for lots of things actually, but it helps with hair loss as well, especially when it's from like different kinds of stressors. And yeah, it works. It's that girl for me.
I'm going to invite somebody else to our conversation. I'm going to invite the fabulous. And it's her birthday, so we can sing happy birthday while she's up here. Oh my goodness. Mel to the B. So Mel is so into all things health and beauty. Beauty too. I told her she loves a good beauty regimen. And so I am going to bring her up. She could join our conversation. Now I know Mel was talking to people when they talk about collagen. She always has a lot to say. The collagen, I'm not I don't really, I have it, but I don't really put it in my coffee. I forget. I'm like, I put
it in my water. I call it stacked water. I mean,
you put it in your water. Okay. Yeah. Is that the one you showed? You put that in your water? I put it in the chat. Can you guys click on that link? Is it a hyperlink in the chat? I can't tell because I'm on StreamYard going through this. So, but anyway, all right, Mel to the B.
Happy birthday, Mel B.
Hi.
Hi.
How are
Happy
you?
I'm
birthday.
great. How are you?
Woo.
Happy
Yes, I am
birthday.
doing well. Good to see you,
It's
Cara.
good to
Very
see
good to
you
see
too.
you. So Dee Dee knows me well enough to know. Well, first of all, hey to everybody in the chat. It's good to see y'all. I'm so excited to be entering my 59th year. I'm just so
Yay.
excited. Yes. Um, I know it's hard to believe. I do take very good care of myself, and I do not have any badass kids, so I didn't get the children wrinkles. So that probably has something to do with it too. But I was in on the stage waiting off
Yay.
stage because yes, collagen molecules are too big to penetrate the deepest levels of your dermis to really make a true difference per my doctor, Dr. Andrea
Mm.
Trower. She's wonderful board certified Black dermatologist here in Miami. And so there's that. Also, for the ladies out there, if you are putting collagen in your protein coffee, your Profi, or whatever other drinks, do understand it does not count toward your protein goals every day. I think somebody was in there months ago, maybe last year, and I was like, no, that's not, don't count that. She's like, I get 40 grams of protein from my vital protein. I was like, no, you don't. No, you don't, girl. So make sure you check the collagen that you're taking. And even oral collagen, besides oral collagen, topical collagen, like I said, it just doesn't, it's just, it'll give you like a temporary hydrating effect. But at the end of the day, it really does not, it's not going to solve the world's problems. Let's just be clear. And as Dee Dee said, thank you. Um, if you truly want to see a difference, Alexa, turn the light to 50. If you really want to see a difference, so I can actually see, um, you really do need to optimize your hormones, which is why when my friend Dee Dee asked me to talk about my neck regimen, well, first of all, the holy grail: sunscreen, vitamin C during the day, and usually a moisturizer. And then at night, tretinoin, a really good hyaluronic acid after I put my tretinoin on. And I do not wear a lot of makeup. I know it looks like I'm made up. I am not. I don't have a bunch of foundation or anything. I usually use translucent. I promise you that. But outside of those, the holy grail, I also do this.
Mhm.
Okay. So I do this. And I also have one for my neck. It goes around your neck like this. So, anyway, that is something that I do. Red light therapy, there is medical evidence to support its efficacy. So I love it. And y'all, obviously, hashtag not a dermatologist, not a doctor, not a cosmetologist like beautiful Cara is. But I feel like if I was to enroll in a medical program on women's health, I think I would pass even at my ripe age. Um,
Dr.
'Cause
Tony said that's her daily routine. Yeah, the moisturizer, the sunscreen, all of that. Well, since
yeah.
we're talking about red light special, I feel like we need to play the TLC.
Oh my gosh, guys, I love my red light mask. This one is discontinued, but it's Lux Renew. It's by Omnilux. I love it, y'all. So love that red light mask. And then a couple of things that are not actual topical treatments that I use. In the morning, I use this. I keep it in the refrigerator. It's white. I'm sorry, it's cold. And I just do this, you know, that's what I do. I love it. It
Is
just,
that called Derma something? Derma?
it's a derma roller.
Derma
I
roll. Yeah.
love it. And then I also at night when I put my serums on, I use a gua sha, which is this. It's y'all know, cars, yeah. And my gua sha is really good because the cheekbones of it all. So you kind of after you put your serums on, you just do this just gently and you kind of go up and you do that and it just it helps your skin to kind of gosh, just get those collagen molecules working. But so I wanted to share that with you guys. So those are some of the sort of non-topical things.
Now, let me tell you, they say when you are using a skincare or whatever routine and it's not working, you be able to see the pores in your skin. How you see people's pores. And so I've been using that as like a clue. So that has helped because before I started getting my facials, I could see some pores, especially around my nose. Now I can't. So I think when you're spending money on anything, if it's not working after so much time or you don't see something, you got to give it up and try something else. Let me show you guys really quick because I did have my facials are red light facials and they use some kind of special machine. And this is how my face looked after the look
Oh
how
yeah, I
it's
saw
all glowy and
gorgeous.
fabulous. So that's what
Love,
my face was looking after. I was actually in Panera Bread and I saw my cousin. It's on my dad's
love
side,
it.
so it's my cousin's sister. I saw her and so anyway, so yeah, so that's how it looked. And then by the time I went on my trip, it looked even better, but it's different lighting. So that, but anyway, yeah, it just gives you that
Beautiful.
glow. So I love that. And so then later on, this is no makeup at all. I didn't even put a thing on. I went to Benihana with my daughter, and then that was us at night. So whatever that red light special is doing, the red light special of it all.
Yes, love it. Love it. You look so good. And having met you in person, I can definitely attest to the fact that you do care for yourself. You don't have to do a lot, right? I do believe that women should do something. Hormone optimization is first and foremost, in my opinion, because if your hormones are jacked up, I'm sorry, ladies, we don't grow any more estrogen. And remember, I've said this multiple times on Dee Dee's platform. Back in the day, women were dying in childbirth. Women were not living to 50. Now that we're living to 50, we have an obligation to ourselves and the men in our lives who adore us, even though I don't have one right now. If you know somebody who, got it going on. No, I'm joking. I date, but that's it. Anyway, I was just going to say that, being that we're living longer, we owe it to ourselves from a longevity standpoint to optimize our hormones. We're not going to just go shrivel up and not take care of ourselves. We are not going to do that. So I say if you qualify, and it's not for everyone, everybody is not a candidate. 90% of women are, from what my doctor says. But anyway, optimize your hormones. And one other thing, Dee Dee asked me to send her, and I sent her a picture.
I'll show it in a second.
Oh, you will? Okay, so I don't have to show it. Do
If
I?
you can, I mean, if you can. Someone
Yeah.
asked, Anissa asked if you could put the names of those things, the derma roller and the
Gua
other
sha.
little gadget in the chat.
Gua sha. Love it. I gotta do my serums tonight. But y'all are talking about hair, and I'm very passionate about hair. I do not currently have any extensions in. Like Dee Dee, my hair is a lot thicker and stuff in the back. I've seen Dee Dee has long hair. I do from time to time put clip-ins in, but right now I'm not wearing anything. My hair is definitely coming back thicker and stronger. Cara, I would love your professional insight on this. I use minoxidil. I love minoxidil. Mine is a 1 milligram minoxidil that also has 1000 IU of vitamin D. So I get a little extra D. My D numbers are very good. I think I forgot what the numbers are. I'd be lying. So I use this, which is a prescription minoxidil. Love it. Does it work?
That's awesome.
Oh, it worked. It worked. Okay. So I'm just saying we can cream ourselves to death. We can do all the oil. At the end of the day, some pharmaceuticals might be necessary depending on your type of hair. I already started with hardly any real thick. Like I've always had, I see that I just kind of felt, yeah, I've always had kind of fine hair. It's just not that thick. The other thing that I use to support hair, but in this case, hair on my eyebrows, like these are my eyebrows. I'm a 90s chick, so just like everybody else, I tweeze them to death. and lashes. So I use something called Latisse. Actually, it's called Bimapritose, which is the generic. Latisse fell off of patent in 2025. No, yeah, last year, I believe. I'll have to Google that. So now you can actually get this. I get mine from Amazon Pharmacy. So this is really good. And you just put a little drop of it on this little brush, and then you just put it on your eyelid. And these are my lashes. I don't know if y'all could see them, but my lashes have grown quite a bit. I told Dee Dee that it did take me some months of compliance, about 3 months of compliance, but I also put whatever's left over on my eyebrows. Y'all, this has done wonders. Oh my God, I love it. So that's my hair growth, eyebrows, lashes, and hair. That is kind of what my routine is. So I love it.
So wait, now let me just say, when I talk to my doctor about the minoxidil, you can take the ones that's the foam, right? That's the one Rogaine, is another name they call it for the guys. That's really the only documented clinical thing that they say works, right? That's approved by the FDA. We know it works. The problem with that is, first of all, you're trying to wear your hair straight like me. Now, Carrie, you can do it, the foam or the wetness with your curl, and you have like a wet, your hair looks healthy. But if you're like me and trying to wear your hair straight, it just does not work out. So that's hard for me to use that. So I went to and another downside to that is, as soon as you stop using it, let's say it grows your hair, as soon as you stop, it's going to come back out. It's just that. And so that's one of the things where they haven't figured out how to, once it grows, to keep it in there. You got to continue to use the product. So that's a downside to that foam, the foam or whatever else you use. But the pills, when I went to my dermatologist, she started telling me, kind of like the commercial where you say, oh, I want to take this, and they tell you 15 or 20 side effects. She started running it down. I said, oh, no, ma'am. She scared me half to death. And I told her, I said, well, how many people I'm using to try? A little bit longer. So I was afraid of that. And so she said, well, I have to, we have to say this, but she would have prescribed me. Now, male, it works for her, but I'm still a scaredy cat. So I haven't graduated to that.
Yeah.
So to say, it has to be prescribed by a doctor though. So hopefully, if you go and ask for it, they're going to tell you. I think by law they have to, if they're responsible professional, to tell you all those things. And so for
everything has a side effect. Vitamin D.
For me, it just scared me, and I'm like, I'm not a big person to take stuff, so of course it scared me. So it probably end up like the GLP-1. I'll eventually be on it, but at first I was like, oh, yeah. So there's that.
It's not bad to be cautious.
I just have to put that on there because honestly, I think when you see a bunch of ladies like us and we look like we have it together with our hair or whatever, people think like, oh, I want to do what she's doing, and it might not work for you.
It might not be for you.
You got to know the pros and the cons to everything. So, yeah.
This is for Anissa. She wanted to know the size of the pill. Look at how small it is, Anissa. It's so teeny. I can't take big pills. Everything I take is, a mini. My multivitamins, this, and I also take vitamin K2. I don't take too many supplements, though. I take 3. Multivitamin, this, which has D3 in it, and my K2, and they're all mini. So this is so teeny. Look at it. That was for Anissa because she asked in the comment. In the chat. Shay is right. But I have not had any. Oops, my bad.
Now tell us more about that Latrice, because I would love to try that for my eyelashes. For real.
Yeah, I love Latrice.
I'm in the process of ordering it from Amazon, but I stopped at the insurance.
It's that little. You just put like a little drop here on the little. You get like a million of these when they send it to you, and then you just simply do this. And you swipe it right on your eyelid, not on the lashes. And it's just so freaking simple. And then whatever is left over, I put it here because this is a place where I have like spaces in my eyebrow a little bit. Like I said, These I don't have on any eyebrow pencil. This stuff works. So love it. Love it. Y'all get you some Latisse and use the excess on your eyebrows. So yeah, I love it. And yeah, I
I
shared
put the
that with
link to the Vita, what's it called? Vita Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Vita
put your
Fusion.
link in there. I put your link to the collagen in the chat. And then I just put, if anybody's interested in that oil, I'm telling you, that's oil. If you don't want oily hair, I put that link in the chat. And that's my link. But those other two ones are Kara's. So I want you to support her too. If you're gonna buy it, you may as well buy it so that the creators who can spend their time, sharing products can get a little something. It's not going to change the price of what you pay. It's just going to give her a little something. So I think that's the least we can do, right?
Thank you. I wanted to share one more thing.
Yes.
I used Latisse years ago, and this is just another one of those situations where, like, what works for one person might not work for somebody else. It didn't do much for me, but what works for me is castor oil.
Yeah, I saw you said that.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard
people brows and lashes.
That's an oil I had too.
That's what I mean. I mean, I believe you. But what I mean is, my point is not that one works better than the other. My point is one works better for you, whoever you are, than the other might. So don't give up if you try one and it doesn't work. Try something else.
Now, let me
you might just not have found your thing yet.
Let me show you guys. Remember I told you I had a whole closet full of stuff. Can you see that?
Yes.
Oil. This is only oil. Oil. I mean, when they say oil works, I get it. And it doesn't always work for me. I mean, none of these things have worked. It's like, for me, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying for me. So I think that's so important, but I mean, it's like, why not try it? Give it 3 to 6 months, as long as it's not going to make your hair fall all the way out or your eyelashes or something. Why not? The least that could happen is they stay the same, right?
Yeah. I'm more into, I try to lean into, if there's a natural remedy, I will usually try that first. But I generally speaking, and Shay knows this about me, I'm looking at clinical trials and my doctor's feedback, and my doctor knows everything that I do. Like my dermatologist, my primary care is everything for me. She handles my gynecological stuff, everything. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I think if you want to do stuff naturally, have at it.
I
don't know a lot of people it works for.
But I will go the medicated route if I need to.
For beauty, okay?
Yes. Okay, so now, Kara, I want you to tell us about the Medicube PCDN moisturizer. I've never heard of that. I'm about to put that in the chat. What is up with that?
That's my favorite moisturizer right now, and it just has they use salmon, an extract from the salmon, and it just makes the moisturizer go deeper into the skin. And I love it because when you open it, I wish I'm gonna take a picture. I'm sorry, I don't. When you open it, you see that it's like a gel, a clear gel, and then, or serum, I should call it. And then within that serum are these little balls. They're little pink cream balls. And what I love the most about it is that you can say again.
I love some good balls.
I do too, especially if you can, for the reason that I heard you, but for the reason that they created it, you can make it exactly what you need it to be. So some days I might need a little more of the serum and a little less of the cream. Other days I might need more of the moisturizing cream and less of the serum. So you can kind of decide for the day how you need to do it. So that's my favorite thing.
So you take the balls out separate, and
it's sitting in that serum. But I mean, it has a little spatula that's included, and you can scoop it out and do it to your liking. So I love it.
So let's ask you as a licensed professional cosmetologist, if you could give women advice, or men, like Ron Mound I don't know if he's still in here, but he said he's going to use that oil to get some of his hair back. Because he has oily skin, oiliness up there. But anyway, so what's the number one thing you can tell us to do as far as like treating our hair?
Have a great professional. It's the same as with everything else we talk about GLP-1s. We have to have really great trained professionals who know about you, because every situation is so different. Okay, well, I just didn't want to neglect to say that, because people
remember, I did say that. I said, now I have a good stylist, hairstylist.
Yes.
And now I switched, so I'm kind of in between too.
Okay. So the next thing would be what I was saying about the internal first, because if you're doing everything right from the outside, but you're not taking good care of yourself on the inside, you're still going to have issues because you can't avoid it. That's where it all starts. It's like not taking care of the soil and wondering why the plants are not growing properly, not watering it enough, because we all know all the things. We know that we need to have our protein. We know we need to drink more water. We know all those things. But it's deeper than that. Sometimes there are deficiencies that are going on and hormonal issues going on. There are all these different things that are very specific to each person. So there's not like a general catch-all, honestly. That's the lesson of GLP-1s for me, that there's no one answer for everybody. And it kind of shows me that it crosses over to everything.
So let's say you were doing all those things and you go and you got a nice hairdo, you go home. And, it's so funny. It's, I don't know if you're one of these cosmetologists, but I know now what my old cosmetologists were like friends, like traveled together and all that. And for a long time, she always hid her products. Like she never wanted you to see, like she turns her products kind of like they do on TV when they're not, advertising, they don't have a deal with them. They'll turn the products so you can't see them. And I told her, I don't care what I use. I'm telling you, wherever I go, I want the best of the best or whatever they're using. Right. So I would look at her products when she go to the bathroom. I turn them around and take a picture of them because I want to see what she's using. And this is before we were friends. Now, when we became friends, it was a little different here and stuff. But I don't care what I would do. I cannot do my hair like her. Like, so that's one of those jobs where you do not have to worry about. Same thing with these personal trainers bashing GLP-1s. People are always going to need trainers, right? Why? Because people always need motivation and they always need support. I don't care how much of a GLP-1 you give them. People can lose weight. They can't necessarily get their body together on their own. So it's a difference. So I feel like, same thing, but I'm saying, okay, so when you get home, you're eating right, you're doing this and that. What is something that we can or shouldn't do when it comes to our hair beyond the internal and the optimizing hormones and all that? Like, is it things that you wish you would say to people like, I wish you wouldn't do blah, 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 blah?
Well, I train I'm totally opposite from that friend of yours. I won't hide anything because I'm not with them, but a small sliver of time where they're with themselves all the rest of the time. So if I do great things for their hair and then they go home and do like things that undo it, we got to start over instead of us making progress and getting better and better and better. So I don't understand that thinking. I kind of do, but that's just not my philosophy. So first and foremost, I look at the individual and I start them on a training for their hair as soon as they come to me. Like I tell them everything that I'm seeing about their hair. I tell them the plan of action that I'm going to take based off of that. I pray over them and I ask for the Lord, who's the only one who can really make it work, to make it work. And then we go forward and I send them home with the products that they need, which are the ones that I've used on them. They can't take home the special like deep conditioners that are professional grade. No, because they'll hurt themselves. But everything else, including the tools that I use, because I don't use just regular thermal heat. I use far infrared. And I mean, there's a list of requirements on all of my appliances because it's the idea of the difference between regular oven cooking and convection oven, where it heats from the inside out. So it's harder to burn the hair. So yeah, we go all in. I mean, we're partnering together, and I don't take people if they're not willing to commit, because that's my reputation going out into the street.
Yeah.
looking like I sent them out like that. That I don't do that. So that's why I say it's so specific, because it depends on that person and what their goals are. A lot of times somebody might say, I want my hair to be curly. Everybody's hair might be naturally curly, but if it's not healthy enough, your curls are not going to look like mine, or even like your curls. They're going to be broken down and they're not going to form correctly. Right. So we first have to get it healthy, and then we have to keep it trimmed well. I trim more often than some people do, because I'm looking at the hair, and if I see split ends, I'm cutting it.
Oh,
agree. Not cutting it off. I don't cut about a bunch of people's hair out. All my clients' hair is grown because I have growing hands, but it's because we do all these things and they all work together. Yeah. So it's just like it's so much like gardening.
Do you do the steaming now? That's the thing. Do you do the steaming?
I used to, but I don't right now. I think it helped some for sure, but it wasn't impactful enough for me to bring that into the new space.
I even bought one. I have one at my house. I
think it's worthwhile if you like it. Yeah, if it works well for you, go for it. It doesn't hurt for sure.
She puts aloe in it and then she steams it. I mean, I don't know if it makes a difference, but it sure feels like something extra is happening.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Does anybody have any questions for Miss Cara, the cosmetologist? How often do you get to talk to a cosmetologist? Or Mel and her products? Are you guys still there? We have 42 people watching. Do you guys have any questions? If you're watching,
we didn't talk about the neck of it all.
The neck. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I kind of talked about my neck.
Yeah, you did. And we have something similar, the neck. I was just going to add that again, I this whole skin tightening and all of this stuff, I'm still, unless somebody shows me something different, topically, there's some things you can do. If you have tech neck, like I had, where you have darker lines across here, you can use something like what Shay has, which is something I have too. And I think this came from Hallandale Pharmacy, but it's also like Shay, hydroquinone and retinoic acid and dexamethasone. So so you can just like put it and it'll lighten it up. And then again, hormones, y'all. This is my Eva Miss. You got to have your hormone. This is a spray, by the way. I use a spray. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, see, this has all that stuff in it too. Yours is.
I saw that. Yep, it has.
I guess you like to get a male special.
Yeah. And then also for the neck, a good moisturizer. It doesn't have to be this one. Just a good thick sort of moisturizer. And then I also use. I've been using this for a while now. It's SkinCeuticals tripeptide neck cream. And it's just again, I'm not expecting this to do the world. It threads a neck lift. That literally, if you have that much going on with your neck, medical intervention, like surgical interventions, or some people put Botox in their platysmal bands, people who have those thick bands that go down. I don't have those, but what I did have was the darkening from all this and all of that. And so definitely much better now. I'm very, very happy, but I'm also very compliant. And don't be thinking you could use something for 1 day a week and see the results. And don't be thinking you could get a facial once a year. Oh, I had a facial. Okay, when's your next one? Because at least quarterly. You cannot continue. You can't get a facial once a year and think you're doing the damn thing, because you're not. Okay. I personally get facials every other month. I love them. There's nothing to me. I just do. I'm willing to invest in that. I know everybody doesn't have that, but if you don't have the financial ability to do it every other month, you can do your own facial. There's plenty of information about how to give yourself a good facial at home, and be very careful and talk to a dermatologist. So anywho, I had to say that. I wanted to add that in because I'm very proud of my neck. Okay. Just saying. I'm proud of my damn neck. I don't care.
Okay.
And one of the things I want to say too is I love how male has, first of all, I don't like talking bad about people and their looks, but I mean, come on, like, we see some people and we say, like, if I were their friend, maybe I would say something. And I think sometimes when people lose a lot of weight, you can't spot reduce. So that face, right, takes a hit. You can see that face and it's getting slim. And I love that male's face, even though she's slim, it still has some volume in it. It's not, you're not hollowed out. So I think whatever you're doing, it's a great routine for you. But I will say, I think when you start to notice it, jump on it. Don't wait. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like anything, it's like cancer growing and anything else. Waiting, by the time you wait, it's too late to intervene. And I'm trying to take my own advice because I'm someone who doesn't want to use products, this and that. I might get on here next week and say, I'm done using any product. So I always say a lady has a right to change her mind. So who knows, I may do that, but I say, if you see something, don't wait. And I know people are using Botox and this and that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I would really have to do that. I was learning about fillers, as I'm doing my next video, I'm learning about loose skin and all that. And I was learning about fillers, and I was seeing some of these ladies that have been using, celebrities, because those are the people we know to go by, who've been using these fillers. And now as they're getting older, it has wrecked their face and their skin, not the Botox, because that just kind of freezes things in place. But these fillers are they're in the lips, and they just, so now, because the fillers are messing up their face and kind of not blending in the way they thought as you age, then now you got to tighten it up, right? You got to get that ponytail facelift, because now your face is kind of saggy. And it's so funny. I told Mel, I saw Kim Kardashian, who is, they have made her the poster child of beauty. And she had turned to the side, and her neck, I mean, this was when she was I think she was at I don't know if it was the Met Gala or where it was, but because she always can she maneuvers the pictures she wants out, right? She places what she wants out. She has the paparazzi taking pictures. And, a lot of times when they take something and she doesn't get a hold of it, you can see all of her imperfections. But otherwise, most people just think she's perfect. When I saw that neck, I said, oh, she's going to be in there for that ponytail facelift, because even she has that skin. And I'm pretty sure she has so many fillers. And when you're not constantly getting it filled in, then you got that saggy skin. And she probably is thinking she's going to age like her mom with the surgeries are, and this is allegedly, but the surgeries are going to go like her mom. Her mom started late. Her mom didn't start when she was in her 30s, like Kim did.
I don't even think they were doing all that back then. I agree with you.
Yeah, but so I don't know. It's like, what is she going to do when, what are you going to do when age comes for you? I just think you got to be careful with doing all the things. Like, I do think you could kind of overdo some things. But if you want to have a nip tuck, injection, this, that, I say go for it. I just think that you got to realize, like, you're going to age. Like, how is that procedure going to age with you? Do you know?
Yeah, my dermatologist said, Dr. Trower said that women over 40 who get fillers, it actually makes you look older. Now, I love a good Botox. Don't get me wrong. Fillers really do scare me, just because I know so many women at Pilates and other places, they all look the same. And so they kind of look like a random cat or some type of something. A lot of people do, because they do too much. And over a certain age, over 40, my doctor believes, that's just my dermatologist. However, I know other people, like, let's say, an Angela Bassett or a Halle Berry, and whatever they're doing, and I know they have to have done something, they are doing it judiciously, because they look good and they don't look strange. So I do think, it's just a matter of, much respect for the ladies and some of these crazy, yes, beauty standards. And our beauty is different. We all look different. And I see beauty in things that a lot of people don't see beauty in, even with men. Like, the men I like they're not some overly buff, like, everybody knows I like a good dad bod, a little bit of a dad bod. I'm just not into beauty standards for women and or men that align with general population. I look, it's something else for me. I don't know what it is. It's just something else. So anyway,
It's called real, I think. Real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of times, if people are putting too much into all of that, that's saying something about things that are going on the inside. And I don't
Right.
mean everybody. It's never, nothing is ever everybody, but
yeah, sometimes if you're hiding, you're changing, you know,
mhm,
I like to call it the Michael Jackson sort of
mhm,
phenomena where he didn't really, you could imply that he didn't necessarily like himself and stuff, the way he looked and stuff. But whatever, you know, the bottom line is I do see a lot of beautiful women who get a lot of things done. But to Shay's
mhm,
point, you know, you got to be judicious about what you're doing and understand it, period. And take care of the inside, like you said, Cara. You
mhm,
got to take care of the inside. You got to eat. You can't be
mhm.
eating junk. I don't, and I know everybody's like, oh, my protein shake. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. You take your protein shake and your I like a good Quest chocolate chip protein cookie every now and then. However, the quality of what you eat can cause
Mhm.
inflammation and it can stop the progress. It can stop the progress, and all the creams in the world are not going to hide whatever you're putting into your body. All the ultra processed stuff, that's just what it is. You just got to make a choice. What's more important to you? To me, that's just my opinion. So, not a
Mhm.
doctor.
Well, I will tell you, I don't know how you feel, Cara, about making videos and stuff on YouTube, but I find myself looking at my skin and hair and all this even more so than I was before. And I just don't like that, right? Because I'm like, I want to be easy breezy. And I'm like, and that's what people notice. And luckily, I haven't had comments about how I look in a negative way, but I'm sure it probably will come. I mean,
Mhm.
just face it. Somebody could be on here like, she's so happy, I'm gonna ruin her day. Well, good thing I have good self-esteem. That's a comment from a random person won't ruin my day like that. But it is some people, I'm sure, that make videos that already are self-conscious about things, or you're on YouTube and then somebody comes along and says that, and you're like, geez, Louise, it just kind of ruins your day. So now that I'm making these videos, I see where you do look at yourself and want to tweak this or fix that, or, like next time I'm going to do this or that.
Mhm.
So I can see how you could get caught up in that. And especially if your whole persona is built upon how you look. I mean, it's just, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure
that's
it can be tough, and you don't,
Right.
but it's also fun. Y'all don't find it fun? Like I find all of this stuff fun and luxuriate. I don't know. I just love it. Like Bellflower. I'm just like literally. I think we were on the phone like an hour and a half one day, maybe a week or so ago, just talking about beauty stuff.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's fun. Um, yeah, it's just fun to me. It's like a hobby. I love it. But I'm not willing to do everything. I'm not willing to at this point. I'm no, I'm not gonna have surgery. You know, part of
you
the
see, I
anything,
think I feel like less is more. I feel like you don't probably need all that stuff. It's just doing something for you in a different kind of way. Now, some of the things I think is great. A good moisturizer, you said the serums and all, but I think once you start going past all that, it gets on less is more. I don't really necessarily
yeah,
believe people
I
need all
agree.
that stuff.
I love that I'm sitting right here in the middle. Because what I would say is, I love that for you, Shay. I love that for you, Mel. And I love
Mhm.
whatever I want to do too. I love all of it for everybody. So I think
Yes,
everybody should do exactly what feels right to them because that's what's right for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And
yes,
like, I would feel the way that you're talking about, I think, Shay, except I've embraced it to the nth degree. A lot of my videos, my Friday videos, there are two where I'm talking about skincare and I'm showing them things. So I am naked before them. So I'm out here now. So it's like it took away the chance for me to feel that because anything on top of nothing, I feel like I'm more done up. I don't wear a lot of makeup anyway. I don't have on, y'all, I mean, I don't wear a lot of makeup. I can. I was a makeup artist. I know how, but I also
absolutely.
saw how it does not do great things for your skin.
Mm,
Even when you do, I even used Bare Minerals because that was the best, the healthiest, and like
yeah,
the MAC mineral line. I used all these different things, trying to wear a lot because it was fun and I liked it. And it gives you an edge in some ways, especially in like fashion and beauty industry. But I'm about so much more.
Yeah,
And
we
it's
can celebrate it
unattainable for
all.
other
We can
people.
celebrate. Yeah, we can celebrate it all. And also, I think
Right.
in this community in particular, because I've been a part of this community for several years, let's see, 24, 25, 26, I lost weight. I didn't have as much to lose as a lot of people, menopausal weight, whatever. The bottom line is though that what I want people to remember is if you hear people on channels, various channels, and I'm not really out there in the YouTube streets like that anymore. I'm very limited in terms of who I watch and follow because my time is limited. But I just think we have to remember if other people are out there, and this is for people in the chat, this is just my opinion. If other people are talking about what they are doing, that is not a moratorium on what you are not doing. And that is not a judgment. It's just that this is what this person is doing. So don't take it as, oh, they're talking about this. I could never. It's not about, that's not what it's about. It's about celebrating, to your point, Cara, our differences, but not allowing our conversations about red light masks and this, that, and the third. This is my hobby. I love it. And I'm gonna do it for as long as I can. But just don't let that stop you. Just like strength training. Some people hate it. That's okay. Don't strength train. But don't shoot the messenger. Okay? Just do you and just enjoy it as entertainment. So that's the way I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think, Cara, in order for you to feel like that, you have to have great self-esteem. I think that that's one of the things that, I've seen some people, just not even in our genre, but just some people, on YouTube, and then they get on there when they get a criticism or somebody says something that hit a nerve, right? Because you could say 5 things. That sixth thing might be the thing that would get me. And then they're on there crying and breaking down, and it's all because of a comment, or maybe it could have been multiple things. And I think things bother us, let's just be clear, but I think you have to have a certain amount of self-esteem to be on here being vulnerable in any way, right? On these videos, whether you're sharing your skincare routine, your weight. I mean, like, nobody ever knew my weight, not even my parents, until I got on YouTube, and I'm telling strangers my weight, but I never told them. And I think some of that is not really feeling, I don't know if I thought they would judge me, but maybe I was ashamed of it. Like, I didn't want anybody to know. So it was more about me. And I think a lot of things are more about you and not the person. So I feel like if you're somebody who could get on here, makeup free, show everything you're doing, you got to have some high self-esteem. Now, if somebody says, oh, you're the worst person I've ever seen in my life, and that breaks you down, then you should be on there doing that.
It might not be for you.
Yeah, somebody came on here and said, you're the ugliest lady, you're the fattest lady I've ever seen. I would say thank you and keep it moving. Like, that's not going to ruin my day. Now, if somebody I loved and cared for told me that, it'd be different. But a random person, no. But I think people have to graduate to that. So, and I think the point Mel made, I noticed a lot too, it just in my life in 4 years here. I think sometimes when you say you're doing A, B, and C, people take it as, well, I must be, this or that, because I'm not doing that. And I say, have your red light therapy, have your ice cold baths, have your, truffles. That's not me. And I'm okay with that. That's not me. Now, I'm not going to say I would never do it. Maybe I might stick my toe in the water, the cold water. But for right now, that's just not my thing. I just never let what somebody else is doing concerned with what I'm doing, because I'm so confident in what I'm doing. I just love that about myself. I just love what I'm doing. I love how I'm doing it. And I could take advice or I could leave it. And I think that everybody should embrace that. But everybody's not there, and that's okay too. So I think that that's good too. Okay, so what are these comments saying? They're talking about where they inject. You know who you are allies with Pammy Whammy. I just think she is so fun. She does it all. She sells it all. She has no shame in her game. I just love that.
She's awesome.
Isn't she?
Love Pammy.
All right, so did we have any questions? Did you guys answer? Pamela Bellflower had a question. I had it up and then we got off topic.
What did she say?
She had a question, and we'll give that to Cara, and then Mel, you can answer. How much
Most.
time do you stick with a product to determine if they work? I know people look for quick fixes.
Mhm. It depends for me on what it is and what the recommendation is, because I'm a reader. So when I get a package of anything, my husband makes jokes like, "Oh, she's gonna read it," because he never reads any of it. But it works out in my favor most of the time because I don't break things before I get it open, and like I know everything about it before I touch it to my body, and I can tell you about it. So it depends on what it is. Most things take anywhere from, some things you can see a change a lot faster than I would think, like within 2-3 weeks. But most things are like a 6-8 week kind of process, at least, to even begin seeing a change. And like Mel said earlier, that is with consistent use,
Consistency.
not sporadic.
Yeah.
So it really depends on what it is. And it also depends on whether you're doing it correctly. Like we talked about with the keratin. Like if somebody's just because they're using the same thing doesn't mean they're doing it the same way as somebody else. So you have to follow the directions. So who
Yeah,
knows?
great
It depends
advice.
on what it is.
All right, Mel, what do you say?
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Being compliant is everything, and it's not easier. It's not easy, not easier, but it's not easy. I think if you, it's you got to commit. Like if you won't be about it, be about it. Don't spend all your money for stuff and don't use it. But I think it goes in line with using a GLP-1. You have to be compliant, and compliance it's not just one thing. It's not, I don't believe in just take the shot. Nah, you got to do a little bit more than take the shot if you want to be healthy. Now, you might be skinny and skinny fat. You could do that. Yeah, all day long. You going to lose weight. If you take a GLP-1 and you eat less, calories in, calories out, with the metabolic sort of happening in the background, the metabolic process is happening, but you will lose weight. But it's the same with the GLP-1 was my point, is that you really do need to be compliant, and just have an overall sort of 80-20 is what I personally like to, that's what I do now. I live kind of a 80-20 lifestyle. I'll go out, have a glass of champagne, hang out with friends sometimes, eat a nothing bundt cake. That's my favorite. But I got a whole big old bundt cake in there right now for my birthday. I have not cut it. It's still in plastic and everything. But I did have a buntlet because they gave me a free buntlet. So I eat and I do that stuff, but I do a whole lot of other things to sort of stop that from having a negative impact. So I just think you just have to have some balance in your life. And to Kara's point, you have to be compliant, just like with the GLP-1. You have to be compliant. You can't take it every other day. You can't take it once a week. It has to be a part of your lifestyle and commit to it if you want to see results. And I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not a cosmetologist, obviously, like Kara is. But boy, I tell you, I've probably spent a large amount of my lifetime, at the hair salon. I get my hair done every week. I'm not going to do my own hair because I don't want to have to be deep conditioner, this and that. Now, I do need to go. You were talking about a trim. I need to get a trim, and I will be getting one this week, by the way. But anyway, yeah. So,
Well, Mel, you're living the soft life. Let's just face it.
hey,
You could go. I used to
well
go to the hair
earned.
salon once a week too before I became a mom, and then there's that. There's
Yeah,
out the window.
well earned. And she knows I work very hard to. I do. But
And
anyway,
I love that. So yeah, that's probably another reason why your hair is nice, right, Cara? Because she's, like I said, professional, working on it every
Yeah.
week.
Mhm.
So yeah.
it's doing
So
better.
that's also going to be a bonus. All right. Thank you, Bellflower, for the gems. I love a good gem. Let me give her a thank you. Any questions you ladies see in there? Because it's almost 10:30. I know you guys
Woo!
want to bed.
It's 10:40. It's after 10:30.
Yeah.
I meant to say it's almost 11. All right, let me give her a thank you. Anything else? Any questions you guys see? Can you see in the chat? Any questions? Pammy Whammy had a statement about she said she was told that if you stop using minoxidil, your hair will stop growing. And that's true.
Mhm.
And I don't know about growing; it even comes out. Like they say, it comes out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just, oh, you're talking about the
Like you
foam and
said,
the cream,
states
the
where they
topical.
turn around and try to sell folks these diets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're gonna probably see a lot of that now. They're gonna be selling things and marketing as GLP-1, and some things are gonna be great, right? Because they're
Yeah.
filling the deficit, and then some things are just gonna be creepy and fad. Like I say, when they come out with the toothpaste, protein toothpaste, that's gonna be.
They probably already have one.
I mean, that's
We
gonna
need
be
to, maybe we need
huge.
to copyright that and start talk to my
Grant
dentist
said she's
about
a
that.
That's
lady.
my brother Grant.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grant.
I
You
love
do too, bud.
Now, I'm gonna get a red light mask. I had this company reach out to me about promoting it, and I was going to do it. They said they work with this sports team and all that, and then I didn't respond. This was within 3 days, and I didn't respond. I was talking about it, researching the company and all this and that. Then they sent me an email, like a follow up, like we asked you, we're following up. The third email was the third day, and when I tell you, it was not nice. I'm like, who sends an email trying to get you to work with them? So I'm not working with them because
Oh
I'm like, I
no.
wouldn't even have anybody talking to me like that in a real business world. I mean, I know this is YouTube, but geez, Louise, I'm gonna read you this email that this is the last email this person sent. It says, "Hi, last one from me. The proposal doesn't run out. Complimentary device, 20% commission, reduction code for your audience. Reply anytime and I'll ship it." And then their name, like no best regards, no nothing, but just the tone of that. Is that
The
somebody?
last one for me had me already gone.
No.
That's because y'all dealing with these people. No offense to anybody from Asia, but when you're dealing with people from China and in different countries, there's different norms in terms of how they talk. They're very direct, and but I think part of it is they think you should be happy that we're coming to you. Well, no,
Mm.
don't talk to
No,
me like that.
I'm gonna buy my own mask now. It's like I just was like, and I was thinking about it, and I was just like, mm-mm. So I responded and I asked them some questions that I researched because I'm really curious because what they answer that'll help me. Well, of course, they didn't answer. So you were worried about getting a yes the next day, but I'm asking you questions about your product and you don't send me a response the next day. So they probably don't want to work with me, but that's okay because I'm gonna buy my own mask. But I just thought,
Or
like,
find another company, a better one,
yeah,
and
yeah.
tell them you want to do that for them. Why
Yes.
not? All they can say is no.
The remember the company that was going around getting everybody to do those cavitation machines where they supposed to zap the fat and all that. They sent me a nasty email like that too. And then I think they have different people reaching out because then they said something to me like 3 months later. Are you okay? Like 3 months later, and it was like we never had the conversation before, but they were rude, even more rude than this person.
Oh wow.
I was like, how do you just we want somebody to like sponsor your product, but you're being rude. But like Mel said, I think it has to do with like that's how they talk
Cultural
in
norms. Yeah.
Yeah.
their with their cultural, background and all that. But it's just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm thinking, geez, Louise.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, like,
nobody says any questions. So I want to sing happy birthday to Mel.
thank
Yeah.
you.
And then
I
we can
celebrate my birthday month. I am a Leo, so that's how we do it.
Shay said I'm late coming in. Shay, you gotta go back and watch
Thanks, Shay.
the preview. We also say the preview, the replay.
Yeah,
She
hey,
said,
girl.
Pamela said, Pamela, yeah, I was just so
Yeah.
upset by that.
He
They
said,
actually they have protein toothpaste.
when he said
Jeez,
that, I was like, what?
Louise. Okay, all right. So before we leave, let's sing happy birthday to Mel. If you were in my Monday morning live, we sang happy birthday, but why not do it again? Jeez
Yes.
Louise
Thank
for the
you.
Wednesday night crew. Okay, all right, let's go. My daughter says she's gonna sing too, so I'm gonna let her. You have to sing
Come on,
loud.
Lala.
All
Come
right.
on, girl.
Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to
To
you. Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
Mel.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to
to you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you.
Mel. Happy
Happy birthday.
Oh, we got
Happy birthday, Mel.
Thank you.
Like, my daughter
And
wants to
Tara, you
sing.
got a little voice. I was like, who
Oh,
is
yeah, I'm
that?
a professional singer.
She's a professional, honey. I
Yeah.
should let her
Okay.
sing.
I thought that
Okay.
was Lala because she knows how to do those runs too.
Well,
So
she wants to do it. She wants to sing to you one
I'm
last
doing
time.
runs.
Okay, hurry up, little
okay.
lady, because we
Yeah.
gotta go to bed.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miss Mary. Happy birthday to you.
Yes. Lala,
I
yes.
love it. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Well, a star is born.
Sweet.
Get it, girl.
So sweet.
Now go to
All right.
bed.
Oh, I know, right? What time is it? Oh my God. 10
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, she got to go to
She
school.
got to be up in the morning too. Well, she hasn't started yet. She doesn't start till
Oh,
next week. Yeah. And
okay.
on my Wednesday live, she's going to be in the bed before 8:30. So she'll be well
Okay.
rested come Thursday.
That's good.
So, well, thank you guys. Anything else, Cara, you wanted to share that we didn't say?
I would love to. I want to tell everybody, above any of the things that we're talking about, your beauty comes from the inside. Be
Yes.
your authentic self.
Amen.
Do the things that God made you to do, and you're going to shine bright. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
So be you,
Yes.
be free, and be loved.
I love that. I
And
very
get some
and I say
hormones.
that too.
I'm joking. I'm teasing.
And get your hormones checked. Yeah, and I always say that too. I think beauty comes from the inside out.
Yeah, it is
I really
indeed.
do. Because you know, you
Again,
could be such a beautiful person on the outside, and then that those insides aren't matching up. It's like
Yes.
no one cares. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly.
So I think it starts on the inside. So I mean, geez, Louise, this was great talking about the products of it all. I
Fun.
appreciate you guys. I had a great
Yes.
time. Thanks for
Me
coming
too.
on.
Thanks for
I
having
will
me.
see you ladies soon. Thank you. And
Thank
if
you.
you're in the chat or if you're watching, you can always go back and watch this replay. But if you want some of the things, they're in the description of my video. They're also in this chat. You can go back and click on those. We have some great products here. So take care of yourself and keep being fabulous. We love that. Night.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to remove you ladies. Let's put Mail to the Bee back up here. Okay. Wait a second. Bye.